2 months and then to show up in the last court hearing like you'd never been asked that question. You got to reach out and like, you don't think Orthram doesn't follow up what's going on with the case? You don't think the people that work at Orthram are watching what's going on with this case? Seriously? You don't think Orthram understands the time and essence? You're exactly right. The lab could have produced copies of their files in the matter of a few hours, and that's being generous. That's being generous. Business hours? Maybe an hour. Locate the documents, get them in order, which they already should be if they're filed properly. If people did their work, they'd already be filed in order. You wouldn't really have to do nothing but walk a few minutes to go get the documents, honestly. Boom. So, no, it doesn't take 2 months. They know the time is of the essence. They know what's going on. I would want it all too. It should have already been. It should have, whatever had already taken place. Because listen, you got, it's in the PCA. So as of December, you had the homework for the IGG, right? So it should have been in the discovery. Now, all of this time, if you had to do more work, totally get it. You're not going to get that stuff in the initial discovery files. But as time goes on, just like the prosecution says, hey, guess what? We have to say that, there's Brady Giglio. Hey, we have to tell you. So if there's new information and the defense is requesting it, then it should be provided after the initial discovery. But when you're saying that you already had homework to get to BK in the PCA, which was used to apprehend him, then you should have already had the homework in the discovery in the first place. What's up? How you doing? Oh, thank you. Have fun. Exactly. The prosecution has had a year to get their game in order. Right. It's all been there. So why is there 10? It is, especially how you got to the profile. The most damning evidence. Okay. How in the hell did you even, you're going to tell me that why wouldn't it? You're going to tell me that my DNA was on something, and you're not going to tell me how you got my name when anybody could put that shit in and name it. Seriously, they could have put the DNA in something and put BK's damn name on it. All right, we got a match. Koberger. When you could literally put DNA in the system and put Joe Dirt on the damn fucking postcard. You couldn't do that with Koberger's name and say you got a match? You could do it with Joe Dirt. How could you not do it with Koberger? I'm just thinking it's going to get delayed. It's going to continue to get delayed. Bill Thompson knows that it's just going to continue to get delayed. And they're going to get to a point, because he knows, he's known from the beginning, he can sit there and say that I can't get it. It's not up to me. I didn't do the work, so I don't have it. I can't get it from this other agency. It's not up to me. And he knows that. And he knows that he can continue to argue that as many months as it takes. And eventually the court is going to get to a point where they have to move on. He's been playing it the whole time. That's why at this last court hearing, I'm like, he's going to continue to play it. He was supposed to show up with the information last court hearing before it started. He's just going to keep saying he can't get it. We didn't do the work. We can't get it. We just used the tip that we got. There's not supposed to be reasonable doubt in the DNA. And unfortunately, that's the thing that has the most reasonable doubt right now, especially if you can't even provide the chain of custody. To say that the chain of custody is part of another investigation says that the chain of custody involves somebody that's in another investigation, and that means it's one of your own. It's one of your own then. Does it have to do with the Brady Giglio? Is that why it can't be released? Because is the person that has the Brady Giglio the same person that touched the sheath? What else? Thank you, Murky. What else? That's the only thing that makes, just like yesterday when it's this 8-hour delay. The only thing that makes sense to me is that the person, the reason why the IGG information can't be released is because the person that's under the Brady Giglio is the person that touched the fucking sheath. Boom, right? It's the only thing that makes sense. Wouldn't that be fucking something? The person that was part of the chain of custody is part of the Brady Giglio. And that's why they can't put the information out there, because somebody's life will be in danger. Why? Because the investigation is still going on. And if that information was put out there, then their name would be released. The officer, speculation. Read the ticker below. Oh, it showed up at the perfect time too. My speculation is the officer that's on the chain of custody is under the Brady Giglio, and that person touched. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not the first name on the chain of custody. The state better have a chain on I bet you that's it. I bet you the person that has the Brady Giglio is the person that's part of the chain of custody of the sheath, which then goes to DNA. It starts before the DNA. It starts at the sheath. So then that's why you have to question every single thing when it comes to the process. That's why Ann Taylor, I bet, wanted the 3 officers' training records to see. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ann Taylor wanted the training records of the 3 officers to see if any one of them were proficient and certified to handle crime scene DNA. If they were certified, you have to keep up on certifications. And that person probably was not. That person was probably one of the first names on the chain of custody, and I wouldn't be surprised if that person is the reason why they can't release the information.